Hey y'all, can I say confirmation? I've already spoke to y'all earlier and told y'all what God said. He said, "What? Don't worry." Why? Because He never fails. Now, after I posted that golden nugget, I went into prayer. And in prayer, God brought even more confirmation about that word. And when I was in prayer, God showed me the game Monopoly. Now, when my family and I, when we play Monopoly, we play the video game Monopoly. So you can actually see it like in real time, right? And so what God showed me of that game, He showed me how it looks when you're right at the ending of it all. He showed me how the structures of everybody's empire, of those who participate and who's playing, He showed me how their empire looks when the game is yet about over. Those who are not winning, those who are losing, those who are going bankrupt, those who are destined to lose in that particular game, their empire are swaying, is not standing firm. Their empire is smoking. You can see debris coming off of it. And when I saw that in the spirit realm, God said this, that the enemy will not pass go, and he will no longer collect. And when God said that, I knew that God was saying that judgment is coming to the adversary that has played a role in your life. Because see, some of y'all think and was thinking that the enemy was going to get away with what he had been doing in your life. And you were saying, God, it don't look like that they're going to get punished. Well, God want me to remind you today that God said you will see with your own eyes. That's in Psalms 91. You shall see with your own eyes the reward of the wicked. And God is saying judgment is coming, that the enemy will no longer pass go. God said He is putting a halt. Did you hear me? He said He's putting a halt to the enemy. However, the enemy has showed his face in your life. Because it seemed as if the enemy kept going around and around and around and around, playing that same old game, doing the same old thing. And it seemed like the enemy didn't get caught. It seemed like the enemy was still passing gold, collecting $200, taking this territory and that territory. God is saying the enemy is about to be bankrupt, because if you remember the word of God, God said, listen, don't despise the enemy. Don't despise the thief when he is stolen to feed his soul. He said, don't despise the thief. But God said, when you find the thief that has stolen from you, listen carefully. He said that thief shall give it back to you sevenfold, and everything in the house, which means what? The enemy is going to be bankrupt. You about to get it all. Yes, you are. The enemy is about to receive judgment. And always remember, when the enemy is receiving judgment, that means you're receiving victory. When the enemy is receiving judgment, you are receiving the what? The victory. I know the enemy tried to make it seem as if he got away with that thing. That the people, places, and things that played a role in the enemy's plan, like they got away with it. But God said, let me give you a glimpse of what they think they have accumulated in the wickedness. It's smoking. It's swaying. The foundation is cracking. It's going to come tumbling down. God said judgment is here. Judgment is here. The enemy shall not pass go and will no longer collect. And it will give you everything that it took from you sevenfold, which means what? God is about to restore you back with everything the cankerworm, the pommel worm, the caterpillar, the locust had eaten up away. Are you listening to me? God said that He is giving it back. You're about to see the reward of the wicked. Not so that you can rejoice, but so that you can see that the enemy did not get away with what he thought and what he tried to make you think that he would get away with. You will see it so boldly. You're going to see it. You're going to see this thing crumble, just like God talked about that big green bay tree. How the branches are spread wide. It's all green, look like it's flourishing, but God said, you look again, that thing has withered up. And God talks about that also in Psalms 37. Fret not yourself because of evildoers, neither choose or envy any of its ways. God said, for it soon shall be wet, cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. So listen, judgment is here for the wicked, for the adversary. Whether the adversary was playing a role in your marriage, playing a role in your finances, playing a role in your children, playing a role in your health, listen, you're about to see the reward of the wicked. You're about to have a first look, because now you're going to be the one seated at the table. And at the end of this game, you will be the one left standing. Because God says, when you build your house upon the rock, what's the rock? His word. God said, no matter what the winds, the rain may come blowing and whatnot against it, God said your house will continue to stand. That's why God said, upon this rock I will build my church. You are his church. You are the temple that he dwells in. And God said the gates of hell shall not prevail. So listen, you will be the one standing, flourishing, bringing forth fruit, and you shall see the reward of the wicked. Judgment is now at the house of the wicked. Did you hear me? Judgment is now at the house of the wicked. And you know what God said about that as well. God said the house of the righteous shall flourish, right? The temple of the righteous shall flourish, but the house of the wicked shall perish. Did you hear me? God said, get ready to see it, because judgment is at the house of the wicked now. And you win. You win. You win. You have the victory. That was before you. That was taunting you, taunting your marriage, taunting your finances, taunting your health, taunting your children and their progression in school, in their success. God is saying, you shall see the reward of the wicked. Which means what? When the wicked is being rewarded by God, which means what they got, God saying he is now elevating you. You shall now be restored back to your rightful place. God got you. You win. You're the one that's standing. And God is exalting you now. I hope y'all got this, because this is confirmation. God bless y'all, because he's so blessing me. Take heed of the word. Take heed to it, y'all, and believe it. It is life to you. God said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from his mouth. And this is a word that God has given to you, to fret not yourself because of the evildoers, because of the wicked, because of the adversary, because now judgment is at the door. And now what? He is being cut down like the grass and withering as a green herb. And you shall see it with your own eyes, the reward of the wicked. Judgment is at the house of the wicked, y'all. Judgment is at the house. They did not get away with it. And you shall see it. And they will know that you see it. And they will know not to ever come to your territory again. Not to bother you. Why? Because you are a true son and daughter of God. I'm going to go because y'all know I keep talking. But I hope y'all got it. If you didn't get this thing, you better rewind this thing and watch again. Why? Because it's pertaining to your victory. And if you don't know you have it, then you'll stay sitting in a space of defeat. And I'm here to tell you that you ain't in no mean, no wise defeated, none whatsoever, because our God, as I told you from the first golden nugget today, that our God is unfailing, which means what? You are more than a conqueror. And that's why God says it. Because the word conquer can't even compare to the victory that God gives you. That's why he said we are more than conquerors, because we receive victory of our Father. Y'all get it, got it good. I hope so. Y'all be blessed. Stay blessed. Be blessed. Stay blessed. If you didn't get this thing, rewind and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you will ever have a massive smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Be blessed. Stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next.